to the Mavericks and the Jazz tonight in Utah. Jazz are laying 7 at home. Total is 210.5, or 210 rather. Jazz took game 1. Mavs came back, took game 2. Jalen Brunson put up 41 points. And I am going to play on the Mavericks again tonight. It's looking like Luka Doncic is not going to play. He's been questionable, but trending more towards doubtful. I think either way, the Mavs kind of exposed Utah's inability to defend their small ball lineup in game 2. Dallas hit 22 threes in that game, and defensively, Rudy Gobert isn't really disrupting the Mavs as much as Utah would like, because of their ability to play on the perimeter, and especially when they're hitting shots, that's tough for him to guard. Offensively, for Rudy Gobert, pretty much non-existent. He's taken a total of 6 shots over the last 2 games. I mean, Dwight Powell for Dallas is their starting center right now, 6'9". Rudy Gobert's 7'1". Why would you not get the ball inside more, utilize him offensively? This is just a Jazz team that I haven't trusted much throughout this entire season, and I don't know why I would start trusting them now. I think 7, to be laying 7 points in a playoff game right now is just a little too much. So I'm going to take the points with the Mavs. Jeff, we'll start with you on this game. Any thoughts that you have?
Yeah, I mean, one of the worst beats I've had in a long time was on Saturday with Rudy Gobert points, rebounds over. He had 17 rebounds, and it didn't hit because he had 1 shot the entire game. I'm not sure what Quinn Snyder's been doing. I like him as a coach. I agree, though. You got to get Rudy Gobert more involved. His rebound prop tonight's 15.5, and I would have no issue going with it again. I mean, it's been money. Dallas is one of the worst rebounding teams in the league. As you said, they have nobody to really deal with him down low. But what you said in that opening was laughable. Jalen Brunson had 41 points in 42 minutes. Jalen Brunson, I don't think he's ever had over 25 in an NBA game. And I know Jay Wright retired last night. I'm sure he's going to put on tonight for his old coach. But give me a break. I mean, that's not going to happen again. Things seem to, I think, bounce not that way again. I'm not a big Mavs guy. We know Luka Doncic. That continues to linger for them. You're right, though. The Jazz are hard to back just with the blown leads and the inability to get certain players involved. I, again, didn't have a real big play on this. I didn't play it at all. I'm considering some Gobert props. I'd hope at some point he gets more involved. Points, rebound seems like the look tonight, but I don't want to get beat again. I'm sick of him not getting the ball.
Yeah, losing isn't fun, is it?
No, especially when he takes 1 shot. I mean, he's got to take more than 1 shot. Now, I know they won the game, but they didn't win the other night. And we have to get the ball to Gobert. It's time. They're at home. We know they thrive at home a lot of the time. You know what? I'm going to play that. Points and rebounds, Gobert. If I get beat again, I'm going to be mad. But I'm playing it. Points, rebounds, over. What is it? It is 29.5. Oh,
Yikes. I mean, he's only taken 6 shots all series.
All right, I'm going to go rebounds over 15.5 because he's at 17. He's the best rebounder in the league. This is a bad defensive and offensive rebounding team. I'm going to bank that he's just, grabbing the ball like Dennis Rodman.
Chris, do you agree with Jeff? Do you agree with me? Are you taking the Jazz tonight? What's going on?
Yeah, they both make a lot of good points. This is just a really tough game for me. First of all, I think the line is really sharp. You know, I mean, it's one thing for the Mavericks to overperform when they're at home in front of their crowd, right? They know that Luka wasn't going to be in those games, so there's just sometimes extra effort from there, right? Extra motivation, especially at home. Now they're going to Utah, which can be a really tough place to play, especially in the playoffs. But again, I mean, how can I trust Utah, right? This is a team who every single year their defense looks great, which it hasn't this regular season. And then they waltz into the playoffs and it really doesn't look good. Well, I guess it's just par for the course for this one. They've looked okay, but to allow Jalen Brunson to go off like that is kind of insane. So I just don't know what to think about this series right now. I mean, if Luka was back and if we had any indication of any expectation of when he's coming back, then I would look to bet on the Mavericks because I like this team and I like the way that his supporting cast has played. But yeah, the Jazz just look like a bunch of like solo players out there that kind of trying to contribute. They don't look like a Quinn Snyder led team who has a lot of chemistry like they have in the past. And again, like we don't know what's going on inside the locker room or why that is the case. because, a lot of times when we see teams dwindle there, like at the end of games and kind of just spiral, it's a reflection of team chemistry being able to handle those high pressure situations. And they've done that in the regular season. Now we're seeing it in the playoffs. So just a tough team to trust. Maybe an angle is to take an early under. These games have started off really slow, especially the first quarters. So I'll look at that, but with Marluck, Rudy Gobert will score like 30 in the first quarter, and everything will change. So I don't know. But it's just one of those series where right now I'm just more comfortable staying out of it.
I think you just have to go, especially if you're looking at Gobert. As Kate alluded to, he's just not involved enough offensively. The one constant, though, is he's always going to grab rebounds. You look at 2 games, Dwight Powell has 6 rebounds. 6. Yeah. In 2 games. They are disastrous rebounding the basketball, 43 a game over the last 2. They're just not a good rebounding team. That's a major advantage they can exploit. I'm going to trust Gobert just gets back to where he's been. He could get 20 tonight. I think that's a capable thing for him every night.
Where's the line for rebounds for him?
15.5. It's high.
Oh, it's high, but it's still very reasonable.
Yeah,
very doable.
Gobert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In terms of scoring, I mean, Donovan Mitchell isn't giving him the ball whatsoever. I think he's passed it or has an assist on a Gobert basket once this entire series, which leads me to believe the chemistry on this team is not great right now. I feel like this is just Utah's kind of waiting for this season to be over. They're going to blow things up there. A lot of roster changes. Quinn Snyder's taking over for the Lakers next year. I just don't trust this Jazz team right now. I could be very wrong, but I'm going to play on the Mavs tonight and take them +7.